Okay, we are live. So, hi Sanch, welcome. Feel free to ask your question, or if you want to hang out for a little bit, that's cool too. We just ask that you like and subscribe to the channel, and then any question you want. I'm going to be using the Light Seers Tarot tonight, as well as the Oracle of the Shapeshifters primarily, but if there's any specific deck you want to request, feel free. And we'll get going. I decided to do it this way because then hopefully you'll be able to see the cards. Thanks, Sanch. Okay, I'm going to use this maybe. Just holding up. Isn't that like the coolest wooden box you've ever seen? Okay. Hi, Jenny. Hey, Sam. Okay, so we're starting with Sanch. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And when will San contact Sanch? So Spirit asks that you guide and direct me for each of these mini reads to provide the most helpful and clear messages to everyone on this live tonight. Please make the message clear to me so I can be a clear channel to the receiver. Thank you. So first card out, we have Ace of Swords. Where am I going to put that where you can see it? Hang on. Need to do some rearranging. Let me get the other cards for Sanch first. Anything else for Sanch? We have the Death Rebirth card and Four Pentacles in reverse. So let's see. How are we going to do this? Let's try good old roommate oracle. There we go. Yay. I love it when a plan comes together. Ace of Swords, Death and Rebirth, a Scorpio card, and Four Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords. So when will San contact you? Well, they are already thinking about it. There's been some kind of painful conversation or ending or just lull with you that they're kind of still in the feels about. But they've had some kind of revelation that they want to share. But your question is when. So Ace of Swords, Scorpio. So I'm drawn to the number 13 here. Scorpios also, I think about being in, that's October and November, right? I mean, that's a year away. That's much further than I'm thinking here. 13 could be 13 hours, 13 days, 13 weeks. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is a person that wants to talk with you and doesn't want to hold it in. So I do feel some urgency here, and you'll know what makes sense for you because you know this person in terms of do they like to kind of get in touch right away? Do they like to sit on things and stew for a long time? I'm getting that this is a pretty mental person, and so they do like to consider before they make a forward movement. But yeah, this is on the quick side. So I'm going to go with that number 13. I would say in the next 13 days, most likely in the next 2 weeks. And it's going to be to share some insight or new thought or idea they've had, some revelation, some new understanding. And so it's going to be a pretty mental message, but with the King of Cups in reverse behind the Page of Swords on the back, there's a lot of love and emotion behind it that they probably won't express directly. Okay, so that was your reading, Sanj. Thank you. And Sam's next. Hey, Sam. Okay, so why do I constantly see the number 20? I'm so glad. Spirit, please, for Sam. Why does Sam keep seeing the number 20? Why does Sam keep seeing the number 20? Yes, Jenny, that's totally fine. You can keep it general. Well, I asked for 3 cards and I got a few extra. Yeah, I love the death card in this deck. This is the Light Seers Tarot. It's beautiful. So 4 of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Sun, King of Cups, 10 of Swords in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have, I wonder why the camera keeps like wobbling like that. We have at the back of the deck, Ace of Swords with Justice in the reverse. This looks like love to me, Sam. Okay, so this is very specific. I don't know if this is your situation, but it almost looks like there's 2 people you're thinking about here with we have the King of Wands and the King of Swords romantically, which those don't have to be, male gendered people. It's just the energy. So one person who's very impulsive, very passionate, very fiery, very gregarious maybe. And then the other who's very emotional, very considerate, very nurturing. And somehow between the both of them, you're trying to figure out where your happiness lies. And the fiery one wants to keep whatever you've had going. And the more emotional one just doesn't want things to end. So they're both kind of in kind of like a clingy energy. So that's a very specific example. So if that doesn't resonate, Sam, then this is 2 parts of you that are both needing expression, and you're trying to balance them within yourself and trying to find like, what is my happiness though, really? Like, what do I want for myself? What makes me happy? Do I want to be more in my emotional nature? Do I want to be more impulsive and go kind of conquer the world? Who do I want to be? What do I want to be like? But whichever situation, the reason why you're seeing the number 20 is because Spirit wants to keep bringing this to your awareness, like to remind you this is happening. I think this is a kind of an overwhelming situation for you potentially, Sam. And so the temptation could be to just like block it out or shut down or just like wait for things to work out. And they will eventually, but you'll feel happier if, I don't know, like it shows in this card, like if you go run out into a field with your shoes off and chase the sun for a while, or I don't know, braid your hair into ribbons. If you have long hair, I don't know, something. Do something childlike and that helps you feel free. And that's going to help this situation resolve more quickly. So whichever one yeah, the advice is to kind of embrace that more lighthearted chase the sun, whatever that means to you. So thank you, Sam. That was your reading. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so I think we have Jenny next. And then Les Flores. Hi, Les Flores. And then Amber, and then April. Okay, so let me just take a minute. I'm going to write down the order so I don't forget. So we're doing Jenny right now. Oh, no, we're doing Modern Day Priestess. Sorry, I almost missed you. So we're doing Modern Day Priestess, then we're doing Jenny. Then Les Flores. I already know the answer to your question, Les Flores. I remember you from last time. Amber. And then April. It's a really pretty name, April. I don't think I've seen that before. I can just imagine the different pronunciations you've gotten. So, okay, I think that's right then. So the order. Okay. Good. That will keep me organized. So, Modern Day Priestess. When will I find a new job? Thanks for subscribing and liking. Yay. When will you find a new job? I'm actually going to keep using this deck. I was thinking I was going to switch, but not. Okay. So for Modern Day Priestess, when will they find a new job? So my deck is just like jumping all over the place. I think I had 20 cards spit at me. So I always take how the deck is acting as part of the reading. So what I'm getting for that is that there's going to be multiple opportunities that are coming your way. Like you're gonna have options. So when will Modern Day Priestess get a new job? First card out we have is Seven of Cups, which is kind of what I was just saying about everything jumping all over the place. It's lots of choices. Although that's not the question we asked exactly. Then we have Eight of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Whoop. Okay. So first message coming through, if there's a particular position, oh, why is it doing that? Okay, it settled down. If there's a particular position that you're really hoping for, like a job that you really want, unfortunately, that's not going to come through in the near future, if at all. However, don't be too sad about that because it looks like every other person on the planet potentially wants you to come work for them, and it might be a little bit overwhelming, actually. I think you have a reputation for being a very hard worker. Perhaps your resume is really in order. And you know how to kind of test results, like plant multiple seeds to figure out what's going to grow with the Seven of Pentacles and monitor your progress to make sure that you're effective in your job, whatever your job happens to be. And, but your question is when. So when will Modern Day Priestess get a new job? So what I'm initially getting is that you'll get a new job when you decide to choose one of these options. It's reminding me of a story of a friend of mine who had 2 positions that they were interviewing for, one that they really, really wanted, one that they kind of wanted, and they kept holding out for the one they really, really, really wanted, but they just kept getting delays, and it just wasn't working out, so they ended up going for the one they didn't want as much, even though it was a good position, but they waited. I wanna say they told them that they wanted 6 weeks to think about it, which is kind of crazy. Like, can you imagine telling a hiring manager, "I want 6 weeks to think about this?" But anyway, this person did, and after taking that time, they said, "Okay, I'm gonna take it." And so it's something like that here. Like, you'll get a new job when you decide to take one of these offers. And again, nothing's gonna feel exactly perfect for you, but Spirit's reminding you that you don't know how you feel about a job until you're actually in it anyway. And with the 7 of Pentacles, like, this better than anybody. Like, you have to kind of get your hands dirty for a little bit before you understand if it's the right fit for you. So you'll get a new job when you take one of these offers. There's probably a few already courting you or that you are in some stage of the process with. If that doesn't resonate at all, that you don't have a lot coming in right now, then there are a lot just like waiting to be, I would say, like harvested amongst your network. So if you've been kind of quiet about this so far, if you haven't let your friends and family and your network and like your LinkedIn or however you're connected professionally, if you haven't let them know that you're looking, now is the time to spread that message far and wide, and you'll have plenty of things to consider. So I think that's your reading. Let me just see, is there anything else? Can I get like a specific date or time? I mean, this gives me the vibe of like 1 to 3 months. It's fast. I think that's fast for a job, for a professional job. Um, so yeah, it's more just about letting people know that you're available and then being willing to say yes, even if it doesn't feel like a slam dunk at first. Okay. Thanks so much, Modern Day Priestess. Hope it resonated. Okay, so next we have Jenny. And if y'all could help me out, when it's your turn, when I call your name, if you could put your question in the chat again, just because sometimes I lose it. You're so welcome. Or it like cuts off from the chat and I can't see it. So that would help me stay organized. So the list right now, we have Jenny, Les Flores, Amber, April, and looks like we've got a cab. True Crime is next. And then Hans. Okay. So for Jenny, thank you, Jenny. What does Jenny need to know right now? Three cards that wanted to jump right out. We've got, oops, let's fix this. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Nine of Swords and Page of Pentacles in the reverse. With bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant and 10 of Wands. So there's some area of your life right now, Jenny, where you're working really hard. You're trying to do all the right things. You've seen that something's kind of fallen apart. On the back of deck, we have Hierophant, 10 of Wands, and then the Towers behind that with the 2 of Swords. So I don't know if this is work, personal, health, relationships, what area of your life it is, but something you've been really putting your energy into to try to make it better. This feels internal to me, like some kind of personal work or shadow work, or like some personal habit or mind frame that you've been trying to shift, or just a way. Maybe it's even just like your vibration, like wanting to raise your vibration, be a healthier person in all aspects, something like this. And You've really worked hard at like dismantling some um, limiting beliefs in this area, and you've been working really hard at it. And Spirit wants you to know that actually you can slow your roll a little bit. Like the work that you've needed to do with intentionality and with effort is mostly done now. And you're kind of at the stage now, if you continue to push, that it'll become like overthinking and over efforting, and actually will put you in almost like a more distorted masculine energy, like pushing too hard. And so the message Spirit's giving you with the Page of Pentacles in reverse is feel free to just chill and relax. Everything's fine. Let the efforts that you've taken already kind of do their work, because there's an immediate impact to things, then there's short term and long term, and you're at the stage where like short term and long term haven't really kicked in yet. So give yourself some space for that to happen. And really what I'm getting is just like a big like thumbs up, like slow clap from Spirit for you, Jenny. Like you've really applied yourself. I don't like that term. What's a better term? Faced yourself, I think, in some ways have been really tough, and you don't need to dig further there. Like what you needed to unearth and what you needed to address, resolve, and see, you've done. All right, so that's your reading. Thanks, Jenny, and good job. That doesn't look like has been easy. Oh, the last thing with the Nine of Swords was that was coming through was about I guess I kind of mentioned that, like it'll kind of transition into overthinking or causing you just some like mental fatigue or exhaustion or anxiety if you keep pushing to the degree that you were. And you did the right thing by pushing in the beginning, but now that time has passed basically. And so it's just a message like, don't worry about slowing down just because it was the exact actions you're taking now were perfect 6 months ago. Doesn't mean that they're perfect now. Just things shift, and you've made a lot of shifts within yourself. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, so let me repost the list. So next we have Las Flores, then Amber, April, Akab, Hans, and then Sterling is next then. Oh, Oracle Messenger, I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, yep, I sure did miss you. So let's see. So you should be before Akab is when you came in. Thanks for letting me know. Hans, Sterling. There we go. Okay. Somebody let me know if I got any of that messed up. And so we're doing Las Flores' question now. How will it go when I see him next week? Okay, and this question is for Las Flores. How will it go when I see him next week? I want to let you all know also, I've actually been kind of sick this past week, so I'm not sure how my energy is going to be today. I'm going to try and get through as many as I can. I may have to leave abruptly. If I do, thanks for your understanding. And I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm just going to take it slow. So, okay, Las Flores. How will it go when I see him next week? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Empress in reverse. So if you're thinking you're going to get pregnant this next time, not this particular time. I'm saying that because that's what we talked about last time. Okay, so we have 5 of Swords in the reverse. We have 4 of Swords in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles and the Moon. Okay, how's it gonna go? Well, it's gonna feel like a reunion, like coming back together. Well, it's literally what's happening. You kind of already said that, but there's something that's gonna be really refreshing about it. That's gonna feel like a new start. That's like a new seed is planted. It's gonna be very emotional for both of you. My eye is drawn to these two wolves. We have a white and a black wolf here on each side of the moon, and so I think there might be some kind of like animalistic side to you both that comes out, "Meow," but also just like very emotional, very how do I describe this the moon's energy? So it's a Cancer card. So if one or both of you are water signs or born in what is that, July? Mostly July, I think. Uh, the moon is about illusion, seeing what's true, seeing what's hidden, and very deep emotions sometimes that are repressed or that control our behavior and we're not even sure. You know that stage of a relationship where like it's very exciting, it's new, you're super into each other, everything's going really well. And then you notice one or both of you start doing things that are a little bit strange, or you start like raising an eyebrow at each other like, "Why did you do that?" And it's like, "I don't even know either." But this feels lighthearted to me. It doesn't feel like anything deep and dark. It's just there's something about you coming together that it's it's surfacing some old relationship wounds or experiences you've had to clear them, but in a way that feels kind of light and easy. What would be an example of this? Oh, I don't know if I have an example of this. Let me just tap in. Give me something. Okay, I'm not sure how this relates, but I've learned to just go with it. So today, I spent most of the day actually like working my regular job from bed because I haven't been feeling well and just yeah, lots of issues there, which means I kind of moved my office to to my bed, which means I had my computer in there. I had a tarot deck of two because always need that. I had my phone. I had a couple books, and so I was just like spread out across the whole bed and both like bedside tables also. And my partner comes in and he's like, "What is this? Like, you've totally taken over. What's going on?" Which I kind of do anyway. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm a bed hog. Like, if I left to my own devices, I would sleep diagonally. Actually, I do if I'm ever like in a bed by myself. It's kind of exciting. It's like a little adventure I have just for me. But anyway, it's this quality also that I can have in relationships of just like getting bigger and bigger and expanding until somebody like lets me know like, "Hey, I'm here also. Like I also want to have things on this bedside table or to use the bed if I want to lay down or whatever." So I don't know if this is a good example, but anyway, there'll be some things that occur that you'll kind of laugh about and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm getting to know the relationshipy side of you or the kind of like little eccentricities when you're in a relationship with somebody." So, yeah, interesting. Hope that resonates. Come back and let us know if anything like that happens, because sounds like it'd be kind of a funny story, whatever that might be. Okay. And next we have Amber. If you could repost your message, Amber. Whoop. And thanks everybody for liking the video and subscribing. Well, you're all subscribed because I found out that for this live stream, you actually can't post in the chat unless you're subscribed, which is an interesting feature. Okay, so for Amber, what do I need to do regarding what I am manifesting romantically? That's so funny. I had an idea I couldn't remember your question. I had an idea it was romantic because when I started to shuffle what spit onto the floor was the Magician, the Emperor, a Two of Cups, and what was the fourth card? Not sure. And I was like, oh, this looks like people problems, man problems, woman problems, or opportunities. It's okay for Amber. What does Amber need to know regarding what they are manifesting romantically? That one flew across the room. Let's see. Oh, well, Nine of Swords in the reverse. It's a good start. Then we have Ace of Pentacles with Seven of Wands. Ooh. And back of the deck is the Emperor in the reverse. So he wanted to come up again. And 10 of Wands in the reverse. With the World in the reverse. And the Queen of Cups behind that. Ooh, okay. So what does Amber need to know regarding what they are manifesting romantically? What you're manifesting romantically, first with this Nine of Swords coming out, you don't need to worry. You're doing everything exactly as you should right now. And primarily that is minding your boundaries, minding your business, defending yourself from people that might want to track their muddy feet all over your clean floors, metaphorically. I'm not sure why that's coming up. But basically, I think I'm really drawn to this person here. And I mean, the vibe I get from this person is just that they're so focused on their own relationship with spirit, their life, their happiness, their health, their relationships. And they just don't want anybody throwing them off balance. And especially with the Emperor in the reverse on the back of that deck, that is not someone anyone wants to encounter romantically. It's very unpleasant. I'm sure there's lots of stories even in this room about that. And somehow you've learned a thing or two, either through interacting with those sorts or just through other life experiences. And you want to start something new, start something that's going to grow, something that's going to last for the long term and add to your happiness and abundance. So what you need to know about what you're manifesting is like these are good plants, good seeds. Do you see how they have these little, what do we call these? Tendrils. But it just reminds me of those little shoots. Maybe they're called shoots. When a seed begins to sprout, like it's not even in a seed stage anymore. It's begun to sprout already. So it's not going to be long before you see kind of the result of what you've been manifesting. And I just keep getting drawn to this image. So whatever you are doing in your manifestation right now that reminds you of this card, that especially, keep doing that. And that will be, you'll know that better than I do, exactly what that is. Anything else about this romantically in particular? Well, I don't love this, but I should say it. So with this whole mess at the back of the deck, the Emperor in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the World in reverse, it's saying if you do have someone in your life who has been like an Emperor in the reverse, which is someone who's kind of controlling, might have narcissistic tendencies or qualities, takes more than they give, and it's kind of like my way or the highway. Things aren't closed out completely with that person. I'm not exactly seeing a return. I don't know if they're going to swing back around, circle the block or not. But whatever the case, what Spirit wants you to know is, oh, look at this. There's just like a whole story at the back of the deck here. I'm going to pull these out. This is behind the Emperor and the Ten of Wands and the World card in reverse. So even though that's not completed with that person, Spirit is encouraging you to be like this Queen of Cups. You see how she has her hands up? Like she's in total release, total surrender. Like, hey, I can't change you. I can't do your half of the relationship for you. I know what I have to offer. And what's on its way to you with the manifesting you're doing is a counterpart. I mean, we have a pair here, King and Queen of Cups. And with the Devil in reverse, that's a relationship that's not going to be characterized by codependency or addiction or enmeshment or any of the ways that relationships can go left. Like both of you are going to stay in your lane and then nurture the space between you in an equal way. So that sounds awesome. You have to let us know how that goes, Amber. Okay. You're welcome, Amber. Hope it resonates. Hey, Jenna, we'll add you to the list. You're going to be after Sterling. And so next we have April. How will things unfold with my finances and stability now that I've taken the leap of faith to follow my soul's purpose? Well, that's awesome. Congrats on following your soul's purpose. That's amazing. Okay, for April. How will things unfold with finances and stability? Finances and stability. I'm curious to see how this is going to come out because sometimes those things are exactly the same and sometimes they're not. And we're asking Spirit to answer them both in one question, which sometimes results in a interesting answer, but we'll see what we get. We've got Hanged Man, King of Pentacles. Yeah, we like that. Eight of Cups. Nah. Page of Wands in reverse with the star on the back of the deck. Okay, how will things unfold with my finances and stability? There's going to be a lot of up and down for you, April, in terms of, I don't think this is like your outer world as much as your inner world. I think it's almost like, I'm seeing the image right now of a Rubik's Cube that's being like twisted and worked on so that all the colors line up, but it's kind of chaotic in the meantime. It's like there's something about your mental state. This reminds me almost of like a really radical shift. So like, for example, how do I want to talk about this? So what's coming to mind is, I forget what this is called, but it's a concept in social work. And basically, there are cultural dynamics around money that makes it so it's not so simple just to like, so let's say if you're a middle class person in America, let's say, and you like win the lottery and become super wealthy, that doesn't mean that you are then like an upper class person, because there's a whole set of different behaviors and ways of looking at the world and ways of approaching every part of your life that are arranged around that. And same with like with lower middle class and working class and all of them. Like, it's not just the amount of money you have, it's a whole cultural dynamic. Like, it's a whole world. So your world's going to be a little bit upside down because you're going to be shifting into a different culture. Now, it could be what I just described, and it's like changing tax brackets kind of deal, or it could even be something like I'm thinking about, my first job out of grad school. This was really kind of sad. My first job out of grad school when I was 23 is I couldn't find a job right away. Well, whatever. And so I ended up waiting tables, which is what I'd done to get through grad school. So I'd been like a psychotherapist for 2 years, but then I changed states because the licensure was different. And so I had to go back to waiting tables for like 8 or 9 months, which was just a real bummer in lots of ways. Not that that's a bad job. I think it's like the best job, the best money if you don't have a degree, especially depending on the place. But anyway, it was like whiplash, the different settings. And then I went from that job to working for an audit and consulting firm, audit tax and audit, which again was just like a whole nother universe. So there's something like that here. You'll know, what that radical change is in terms of culture for you. But that's going to like shake up your internal world a little bit. And it's going to require you walking away from lots of different kinds of things. Oh, good. I should have looked earlier just to see that you know what I mean, so I don't have to give all these examples. But okay, good. I'm glad you're on the same page and participating in the reading. That's awesome. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of like rearranging of the way you look at things that's going to happen, and so that's going to feel a little bit destabilizing because it's just like it's a lot of change, yeah. But in terms of your money, your luxury is the word I heard. Your what's that word I'm trying to find in my brain? I don't know, just like your surroundings and your lifestyle, that's all going to continue to increase and solidify and get better with the King of Pentacles. But it's the mindset and the adjustment that you have to do internally that might feel destabilizing. Wow, that took a bit to get out. Oh, that was your reading. Thanks, April, and congrats to you. It sounds like a huge change and it's paying off, so that's awesome. Hey, Helen, thanks for saying hi. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Eye of the Serpent Tarot, Helen is amazing. We did a collab a week or 2 ago. My first collab ever. It was so fun. Fabulous reader. Check her out. And Shayna, yes, let's give you... Oh, that is so scary. Wow, April. Good for you, though. That's amazing. Okay, let me update the list and get it reposted here. So next we have Oracle, then a cab, Hans, Sterling, and so, this is what happens when I say, oh yeah, you'll be after Sterling, and then I don't write it down. Oh, Jenna. That's Jenna. Okay. Hans, Sterling, Jenna, Shayna J, I should say. Oh, you're so welcome, Helen. Yay, and Jenny, you know Helen already. That's awesome. Then Honey Skull. And then Luke. And yeah, hi, Luke. Okay, here's our list. Anybody let me know if I messed anything up there. Okay. So, Oracle, please post or repost your question. And I probably should. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's right. Okay, I remember Oracle. Okay, let's get you going. Okay. So for Oracle Messenger, is their coworker attracted to them? Oh, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. It's a really good card. Laughing isn't bad. It's just what pops into my brain. Which I don't know. I don't know what gender you may be, or if you can get pregnant, if you're the age to get pregnant. But well, okay. Let me get these cards up before I start talking about that. And by the way, you knew the answer to this question before even asking it, I think. Sneaky Oracle Messenger. Let's see what else we got here. Five of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice and Queen of Wands in reverse. So yes, this person thinks you are fine. And so what was popping into my brain is that I read this somewhere. If anyone knows this researcher wants to pop it in the chat, that'd be awesome. But one way you can tell just how attracted you are to somebody, or your level of compatibility, I guess, let's say, is whether you want to procreate with them. And this person just wants to make a baby with you, or thinks about that. And maybe that's not even normal for this person. Maybe they're even commitment phobe, or afraid of having kids or having more kids or something, but they find themselves kind of daydreaming about what it would be like to knock you up, if that's possible, or whatever. So that's some strong attraction. And this is this feels well, inconvenient for some reason. I'll say that. With the Justice card, I don't know if one or both of you are taken, because with the Knight of Wands in reverse plus the Five of Cups, it's it makes this person, it really bums this person out for some reason. Maybe you work together. Oh, you already said they work together. Yeah, maybe this person is one of those people that's I can never date someone I work with. They have a lot of rules about that, or maybe they're even your boss, or there's some reason that this really intense attraction is a problem they really love. We've got the Sun card back here also behind the Justice card. So they're not mad about it, and they love these daydreams, but they also are a little festery, I think, because it's where can it go? What can I actually do about it? But Knight of Wands in reverse with Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom, I don't know. This could be some meeting in the office closet kind of energy here. There's a lot of impulsivity, and it's just there's just so much fire, it's hard to even contain it. Which is I think of that as, I don't know. I mean, y'all let me know in the chat. For me, that's two or three people in my lifetime where I felt I don't know if I can actually control myself. The attraction is that strong. I don't think that comes along every day. So, which is why I say, the answer to this question, because there's no missing this. It's and by the way, if you're wondering if other people know at your work, yeah, they know. I don't know if they're talking about it yet, but you couldn't, if anyone ever sees you together, you wouldn't be able to miss this vibe. So yes, with 5 exclamation points is the answer to your question, Oracle Messenger. Good luck with that situation. Looks intense. Hi, CC Sagittarius. Sure, I'll get you on the list. We've got I'm going to do a cob right now. So Akab, go ahead and post a question. And I'm going to grab a glass of water. Okay, I'm back. Oh, that makes sense, Oracle. Yeah. I mean, even though he's younger, he's seeing you as like Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So he thinks he can step to you if he stretches a little bit. So you'll have to come back and update us. All right, a Cobb True Crime. What do I have to most look forward to in the near future? Here we go. What do I have to most look forward to in the near future? The Hermit. The Hierophant in the reverse, and Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Back of the deck, we have Four of Swords plus the Six of Cups. So it's interesting because like Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant in the reverse, depending on the question, you might not interpret it as like all that positive, but the question we're asking for is like, what do we have to look forward to most? And so what's coming through is what you have to look forward to is a journey, either physical or mental / spiritual, where you discover yourself in a different way, where you blaze your own trail, where it's nothing like the way everybody else does it. This to me, it looks like this. It's not this, obviously, or I guess it could be, but this looks to me like quitting my corporate job and going to be an influencer and living in Bali or something. Like living the good life, like exploring my world and just not doing things maybe a traditional way. But there's going to be something about you like following the beat to your own drum, and it's going to make you really happy. It's also going to be very renewing. So I don't know if you've been kind of like stressed out or just depleted, frustrated, tired lately with the Four of Swords in the back. Like, do you see how it's like this person almost looks like they're in the fetal position? It reminds me of a womb almost. So it's almost going to be like, and then with the Six of Cups behind that, there's going to be some kind of rebirth experience for you that's very personal. This is going to be the kind of thing that like it's going to be hard for you to explain to anyone, much less to yourself, what even happens to you this year, because it's going to be some kind of inner transformation that starts by you just listening to your own inner voice. It's like, hey, screw this job, or, screw my tiny town in Iowa. I want to move to Manhattan, or screw Manhattan. I want to move to Iowa, whatever. There's gonna be something like that you do that just changes everything. And if you don't know what that is yet, don't worry. You don't have to search for it. It's gonna hit you like a 2x4 across the face, I'm hearing. So, but in a good way, that good smack to the face with a 2x4. So yeah, that sounds cool too. It's like the thing about these readings, I want updates on all these situations. Like you all have such interesting things going on. But I hope that resonated, a Cobb. What does a Cobb stand for anyway? Okay. Next we have Hans. Yeah. No kidding. So that's why I got that message at the end. Like, don't worry about figuring it out. Like, it's gonna it's going to be really obvious. You can't miss it. When the moment comes, you won't be able to miss it. So I guess just hang out and be happy until then. And then as soon as it happens, let us know what happened. Okay, Hans, why is SM avoiding me? KB. He's my boyfriend. We used to text every day. Okay. So what does KB need to know about why is SM avoiding them? Yeah. Wouldn't that be true in every situation like this? Repressed thoughts and feelings I don't know how to deal with. I don't know how to speak my truth. Oop. And then we have 1, 2, 3. Wow, lots of cards falling everywhere. Hang on. I'm going to shuffle these back in. That's just too many. That was 9 cards. Okay. The High Priestess. 2 major arcana so far. Wow. And the 10 of Cups. And the King of Cups behind that with the Hermit. It's funny because from your question, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad, or this is gonna be some bullshit or some fuckery, and I'm really not getting that. This is a positive reading. This person is really into you. They really see everything with you with this 10 of Cups, and they're having so much emotional and spiritual just upheaval come into their life because of you, with the Hermit and the King of Cups in the back of the deck, plus the High Priestess and the Moon in reverse. That's so much intensity internally, emotionally, and spiritually. And yeah, this person just, I think, doesn't know how to work with that. Or hang on, let me just tap in and see, is there any other way to interpret this? So this person I would definitely say is in like a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn state. And obviously they've chosen either freeze or flight here because of the emotional and spiritual intensity. And there's nothing bad happening here. Like, this person has good feelings towards you, good intentions towards you. I feel the channel between you is really clear, also just meaning like they're not wanting to hurt you or themselves or miscommunicate, or they're just kind of out of their depth and sorting this out and not knowing. I wonder if this is like the deepest this person has gotten before. Even if they've been married before or something, like there's something about your relationship that is just more than what they've done before. This is reminding me of someone I knew who, like, everything was going amazing. You had like those like butterflies and just like the vibes, like the 2 of Cups vibes, where it's like, it's me and this person forever, and we just get each other, and everything's awesome. And then one day they just got spooked and shut down and kind of disappeared. And they came back around 3 weeks later and like couldn't really talk about it. It was just, it's like every time when you level up, if you haven't gotten to that level of intensity before, it just brings up all this stuff to sort through, like new, it's like you're almost new on the inside and you have to feel through all of it. So that's what this person's going through. It doesn't show, I'm not seeing any action in these cards right now. in terms of like what they will do. That would be, a different reading when they come out of this. But for now, they're just sorting through these really positive feelings. Like they can't find something wrong about this, and that's scaring and overwhelming them. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting, Hans. That yeah, it feels like somebody who's never been in a relationship like this before, either like at all or the quality of it. So good luck, and yeah, let us know what happens. Okay. Next we have Sterling. So Sterling, go ahead and post your question. General love reading for Sterling. So what does Sterling need to know in love? Okay. What does Sterling need to know in love? Ooh. Got 2 of Wands, stay. 5 of Pentacles. General love for Sterling. 10 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse on the back. A love reading with no cups energy. Not even 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. So I think you're in a healing phase, Sterling. Don't you love hearing that? Yay. This is about like letting go of every kind of love that you've had in the past. What's coming in next for you is not going to resemble anything you've experienced before. I'm guessing, hopefully that's good news, since I'm assuming you're not with anybody right now, and if it was great and perfect, it would have worked out. So, which, is a sweeping generalization, but, so there's something about like you thinking and dreaming and opening that part of yourself up to life again, that's really just gotten kind of like either burned or dry or bored or frustrated with how love has been. And the reading's saying that it's going to be actually kind of a challenge for you. So what this reminds me of is a story from my own life. This seems to always come up. Oh my goodness. But so when I think of like, or in the past, especially, I would say, when I think of like the romantic ideal or like my love daydreams have been basically and sadly to me, because I would like to be more original than this, but I'm just not, kind of what you see in like a romance novel. Like just this really attentive, showering with love person who sweeps you off your feet and everything's perfect. And the interesting thing about those romance novels is, have you ever noticed that like the entire book is about the lead up to them getting together, and then they're together and it's boring and there's like 10 pages left, and then maybe they throw in like a baby or a marriage or something, but then like it's at the end of the book, which is like a very small percentage of life if you're with somebody for longer than, let's say, a year. But I digress. Anyway, there's something about like the reason that story was coming to mind is there's like something about your dreams and your expectations and what you want in love that are just like too small. And it's like you've gotten a taste of what you wanted, but never like fully really what you were hoping for. And so, of course, like all of us as humans, we would then like try to keep getting that thing because it's really easy to get hooked on something that almost works. Like you almost get enough. I feel like that's why addiction's so powerful. It's like, how do you stop something that almost works every time? So there's something like that here. Maybe even since that came up, maybe there is some kind of like element here that there's a I'm not getting like full blown addiction, but what's that called? Like I don't know, like yeah, love addiction or being really fixated on what could be or the possibilities that are out there for you. And there's no even that's either your story or it's not. Um, but what this is saying here is that you're going to have new dreams. And so in the process of having new love dreams for yourself, the old ones are going to fall away, which is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And in order to make way for these new ones to come in. And that's not necessarily going to be a fun journey all the time. But the great thing is, like, these new dreams are going to fit you better. They're going to be a lot healthier for you and a lot more satisfying in the love department. I just want to check the back of the deck here again. Yeah, I mean, we do have the 10 of Pentacles back here, which to me is like happy family, everything, abundance in every area. So it's like it's literally in the cards for you. There's just kind of this downer period in the immediate future where the old dreams have to die off for them to be replaced by new ones. So I hope that resonates, Sterling. Okay. So we've got, let me get my list updated. We're going to do Jenna now. So Jenna, go ahead and post your question. Bobby and Odessa, sure, I'll put you on the list and we'll see what we have time for. I think I'm probably going to go around 2 hours. So it might be close, but we'll see. And if you really, really want a reading, feel free to do a donation, which you would skip the line. All that info's around here somewhere. Thanks for explaining what a cob means. I feel like I should know that. So what does it stand for though, ACAB? Okay, waiting for Jenna's question. Jenna may not be here anymore. You're welcome, Jenny. Thanks for coming by. Okay, Shayna J, why don't you pop your question in? And if Jenna comes back, we'll get her back. Maybe we lost Shayna J also. Okay, let's go with Honey Skull. Honey Skull, you there? Maybe I'm lagging. There's just something weird going on with my computer. Yeah, let's go for it, Luke. Okay, so what would happen if Luke goes for it with the girl he likes? So what do you want Luke to know about what would happen there? Okay. Eight of Swords in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. That's a good sign. So as the theme of the reading, that means that at a minimum, it would help you feel like unstuck. And like you have the power with the Magician, like you can make things happen. There's going to be something about it though that doesn't go quite how you hope for, which isn't that always the way? Like you're really into that person, you finally get up the nerve to go talk to them, and you've imagined it going it so perfectly 100 times, and then it just goes normal and you're like, what the hell? What was that? But it's just normal. You know what I mean? So maybe you've thought about it a lot. And so, but there is something that just, I mean, to have King of Cups and the Sun come out at all, like to have that energy on the table, it's like a good thing. But with them reversed, it's like, it doesn't go exactly as you want. But I would say overall, this is very positive. You should definitely go for it, because at a minimum, with Eight of Swords reversed, it's going to get you out of that like mental loop of should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And then there's a possibility for something to happen, because the more you're in that loop, first it just is very uncomfortable and frustrating for you, but then also nothing can happen unless they do something which maybe they're not inclined to do. So go for it, Luke. Okay, next is CC Sagittarius. If you're around, post your question. That's right, Luke. You got it. Yeah, see, Bobby's got your back. Bobby, go ahead with your question. If we don't have, let's see, we have 5 people here. So if we don't have CC Sag, then you're next. Hey, Las Flores, congrats on your new business launch. That's awesome. I'm just going to do one question per person, though. Unless you want to buy a reading, a mini read. Hi, Olivia. Sure. Right now it's Bobby and then Odessa and then you. So for Bobby, why did they block Bobby randomly? You know who, Spirit. You're welcome. Why did they block you randomly? No. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. Why did Bobby get blocked randomly? Okay, so back of the deck we have the Chariot in reverse. We've got the Emperor, Ace of Wands in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So why did they block you randomly? Well, generally things just didn't go as they were hoping, which could mean about a billion things. I think this person, so either you are the Emperor and we're very like just in control of the situation and kind of driving things forward, and there was something about that they just didn't like the vibe, or that's them and they really like things a particular way and you weren't playing ball exactly that way and they didn't like that and so they dipped. This is really like what this is giving me is just, you know, it's a vibe. It's like it's a energetic mismatch. On the bottom of the deck, I've got under the Chariot, we have Queen of Swords and King of Wands. Can you even see these two? So, where's my camera? My goodness. Oh, making everybody dizzy. So, basically, I mean, Queen of Swords is air and King of Wands is fire. So, air and fire, it's like gets really hot quickly. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of intensity. But then one is about like being kind of cool and dispassionate and cerebral, and one's about just like impulsivity and like a little less conversation, a little more action, please. And so, whichever side you were on, they were on the other, and they wanted it their way, not your way. And they just got fed up. So maybe they were the wands person. They're in the more like fiery element, and they weren't feeling the fire anymore with you, and so they decided the best way to deal with that would be to just block you, apparently. So yeah, I mean, so and what I'm getting, Bobby, is that like not the most mature way to handle this, maybe, but this person is right. Like they wouldn't have made you happy and vice versa because of their expectations or your expectations or both. Well, it's a bummer that they didn't, just say like, "Hey, thanks for the time we've had, and I just don't see it going further." It would have been a little bit more adult. I know that's like hard to say. I follow a bunch of people on Instagram that write out all those like awkward texts and messages that you have to send with those situations. But sorry about that, Bobby. That sucks, but hopefully that gives you some clarity. Hey, Shayna J. Yeah, go ahead and post your question. And then we have Odessa and Olivia. I'm just going to put that here so I know where I'm at. Okay, Shayna J. What's coming next for Shayna J in love? Yeah, there is no super chat. So let me repost this. Yeah, and if you want to send a donation, Las Flores, then that'll be like a full 10-minute reading. And I don't know if you're using Venmo, that might not work. I just got a weird message from Venmo that it looks like I need to fix something. So it looks like I'll have to sort that out too. Okay, so back to Shayna J. What's coming next for me in love? What's coming next for Shayna J in love? Emperor, 4 of Wands in reverse, and 4 of Cups. And then back of the deck, we have the Empress in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So what's coming next for you in love? Unfortunately, a unharmonious union. What's the word for that? There's something about, so with Empress in reverse next to the Emperor, it's like they're counterparts, but one's reversed. And we have the 4 of Wands in reverse, which to me is kind of like belonging, celebration in reverse. But the 4 of Cups upright is like, oh, this is a bummer. I wish things were different. So it gives the vibe of like right person, but energetic mismatch. So it doesn't mean, so I don't know if this is somebody that you're currently with or currently seeing. I'm getting the vibe this is someone that you know already. I'm not sure how far along you are in terms of like being together. But there's some kinks that need to be worked out in the actual relationship. And so that's kind of what's coming next, is an opportunity, I guess I would say it that way, an opportunity for you to figure out like how much you want this, and do you want to work on what's coming up for both of you to be able to flip these cards upright. Because I mean, if we have the Empress upright and then 4 of Wands upright, that's like perfect union, happiness. It's awesome. And then I would interpret 4 of Cups as like others looking at you longingly, like, oh, I want that relationship, goals kind of deal. So what's coming next for you in love is a choice. Are you going to fight for this person you're into, or are you going to take an easier path and start over with somebody else? So I hope that resonates, because that was really specific. Thank you, Shayna J. Hey, Grounded and Inspired. Yay. Yeah, Bobby, that's totally true. It is easier just to disappear, but come on. I mean, then you're left like wondering forever. I don't know. I know for some people that's like normal, and I'm too old school, I guess. Too Midwest. Can't handle it. Okay, so next we have Odessa and then Olivia. And yeah, the super chat, Las Flores, I guess you have to have a certain number of subscribers to do super chat, which is interesting. So I don't have it set up yet. Okay, Odessa. So what's next in career? Just gave notice to focus on my own business. Curious about the energy around that change. Wow. Well, congrats. That's amazing. I have to say, no matter what the cards say, it's never a bad thing, even if it doesn't work out. I just think like following that impulse is really important. One second. Okay, for Odessa. What's the energy around the change they just made? What's the energy around the change just made by Odessa? Oh, thanks anyway, Les Flores. Yep, see you next time. Okay, back of the deck, we have Five of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords in reverse with the Two of Wands. Interesting. And then Three of Swords, Five of Wands, and Queen of Cups. You know what's coming immediately to my mind? So I started my own business 14 years ago because my partner was like, we just moved, and so I had to leave my job. And I'd been a psychotherapist and a coach before then, and I'd always kind of thought about going out on my own. And he was like, you should just, do your own business. It's easy. Just go for it. I mean, what else are you going to do? It's an economic downturn. It's going to be hard to find a job anyway. Now's the time. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And he's like, it's easy. It's no big deal. And oh, was he wrong? Because like being really good at something and having a talent is totally different than running a business. Like those are different skills. And so I had to kind of I had to start from zero about like how to actually make a viable business, which is different than being an amazing coach, tarot reader, therapist, whatever. Like that's the specific skill. That's not the business running part. So that's what I'm getting here from the Three of Swords and Five of Wands. I think there will be moments where you bump into yourself. And here's the other thing about going out on your own, and anyone else that's in here knows this. It's like both the beautiful, thrilling thing about it and the terrible, like sucky, can't run away from myself part about it. And it is that your business will have the same challenges as you have as a person. It's like if you are amazing at like convincing somebody of something, but your follow through isn't great, then your sales will be amazing and you'll have customer service complaints. You know what I mean? Like there's no escaping yourself. And so there's something about having your own business that makes you look yourself full in the face so much that I really personally believe that's why the failure rate is so high for businesses. All of that to say, the Queen of Cups here is an amazing card to end your spread. I mean, just look at this person. And you said you're starting a spiritual business. I mean, this to me is like no matter what you go through, what trials, what difficulties, what heartbreak, it's going to be worth it because you're going to be in this state. And so whatever is happening here, that's temporary. If there's new skills, you'll get them. If there's things you didn't know that would be problems, you'll figure it out. It's all going to be okay. But it is going to be challenging in ways that you don't foresee right now. So that's your reading, Odessa. Good luck to you. Feel free to post your links to your channel or anything if you've got anything up already. If y'all want to support Odessa. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can do that. I think I have to make you something. Can I? Oh, add as a moderator. I think you should be able to now, Odessa, maybe. And I just learned that's, oh, wait. Okay. Oh, that's amazing, Odessa. I'm so glad that you're leaving that behind. Yay. Everyone go check Odessa out. Okay, next we have Olivia and then Sophia. Hi, Sophia. So Olivia, go ahead and post your question. All right, thanks, Olivia. Hey, Honey Skull, go ahead and post your question. I'll take you next. And so it'll be Olivia, then Honey Skull, then Sophia. And then Roxanne. Okay, so Olivia. Does Olivia's ex miss them? Two of Swords. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Ouch. Too many. Let's get one more. Six of Swords in the reverse, and one more wants to come out. The Five of Cups. Yes. Magician with the Three of Pentacles on the back. Yeah, in fact, this person misses you and is just really kind of kicking themselves with the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Five of Cups. It's like they're having trouble moving on. They're not feeling independent. So like Nine of Pentacles upright would be like, I'm feeling single, sexy, cool. Like, partner? What partner? Glad I don't have one of those. This is amazing. I love my life. The opposite of that. So they're really struggling. They're really struggling. With the Magician on the back of the deck, they're very focused on this and on changing this. So now I don't know with this amount of information whether what they're trying to change is like change the state of you being broken up or change the way they're reacting to it. Because, you know, they could be like, this is terrible, I need Olivia back. Or they could be like, this is terrible, I need to get my act together, get my head right, and really move on, you know. And that's not the question we're asking here. But do they miss you? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this feels like this, okay. The way I'm gonna say it is a little bit more dramatic, but I can't think of a better way. Like, what is life without Olivia is kind of how it feels. Like, how am I supposed to, what is that song? Oh, funny, I haven't heard that song forever. Leanne Rhymes, How Do I Live Without You? I don't know what it's called. Maybe How Do I Live Without You? Yeah, this person's struggling to find their footing. Thank you, Olivia. You're so welcome. Okay, Honey Skull, how does M see me? How does M see me? Nine of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse so far. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I was getting that vibe. They see you as unhappy, Honey Skull. Like on the right track, not losing sleep over this situation or whatever's going wrong or not the way exactly you would like it in your life, not losing sleep over that, but also not like thriving at this moment. This feels like you know, the analogy that's coming to mind is like puberty, it's like you're not a kid, but you're not an adult yet. It's kind of like that awkward stage. You're in some kind of awkward stage. Maybe you're about to make some kind of career change or relational change, or maybe it's just there's an awkward period between you and this person. But they're seeing you as like struggling to find your footing and unhappy about that. Let me just see if I'm getting anything else. In the back of the deck, we do have Page of Pentacles with the King of Cups reversed and the Two of Wands. So I do think this person's considering swooping in, circling the block. But the vibe I'm getting is it's like, how do I describe this? They're not sure what the potential is here. And so there's some curiosity, but I don't feel a strong intention. So I don't know if it'll come through or not. But it is here in the back of the deck. So in terms of how do they see you? They see you as somebody that they might want to offer something to or hit up for at least a conversation, maybe more. Let's see if I'm getting anything else there. It's an interesting feeling. I'm having trouble describing this vibe. Because it's not like, oh, I'm so into Honey Skull, but it's also not like, oh, I don't like Honey Skull. It's kind of like, Honey Skull. So however you would describe that. So I think that's your reading, Honey Skull. Okay, and next we have Olivia. Nope, not Olivia, sorry, Sophia. Where's my little thing? Oh, I lost my list. I think it's Sophia and then Roxanne and then Aluk. Hi, Aluk. Okay, let me write this down for myself. So list is Sophia, Roxanne, Aluk, and then hey, all the glitters is not gold. Hey, V. And we'll put V on the list. There we go. Please, everyone, make sure you like and subscribe. Makes me so happy. Thank you. Okay, so Sophia wants to know, are the feelings mutual? Did you say with who? Let's see, let me scroll up with this person. Okay, so with Sophia. Are the feelings mutual? For Sophia. Okay, so back of the deck we have Six of Pentacles reversed. Upright, we've got the Man Bun, King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Well, it's hard to say whether the feelings are mutual because I don't know what your feelings are, but I can describe what the feelings are that I see here. And first of all, there's no cups, so there's no feelings, but what I'm getting are thoughts. This is a King of Swords person, so that makes sense because that's like Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's an air sign, somebody who's very mental, very cerebral. So a person that would tend to like think their feelings more than feel their feelings. And what they're thinking about their feelings right now, they're thinking, I could give this a shot. I could, I don't know, say something to Sophia and see where this goes. With the two wands, that for me, that's like, I mean, you can even see here, like looking out the window, planning for the future. But with Six of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom of the deck with the Hangman behind that, I don't like that. That's like, how can I invest in this without investing in it? It's almost like a what can I get away with energy. Let me think of the best way to say this. It almost feels like this person is intentionally trying not to feel about you because it's like they don't want to get invested until their brain is satisfied. And maybe you know this type of person where it's like when they're in love situations, they try to really keep their head on straight and not get invested until they know whether it's like a good idea. And there's validity to that. That's important. But also that to a certain degree, you got to just kind of feel the vibes and go with it, right? This reminds me of a client I had in my coaching practice. This was probably 12 years ago or something. And she wanted support around dating. And she was a very religious person, Christian evangelical. And so her approach had always been to find somebody it was almost like their values systems were dating. Like, I want to find somebody that believes exactly the same way I do about the world and about God and wants the same number of kids and wants to live in the same place I do and likes my church. And it's not a bad approach. It's also, I think it has a place, but it shouldn't be the approach shouldn't be 100% that and nothing else. And that's kind of the neighborhood this person is in. So I hope that answers your question about their feelings. They're definitely interested. Okay. So that was Sophia. So Roxanne. Hi, Mia. Go ahead, just like the video and then type your question in chat. You'll be after V. You can see the list there. So we have Roxanne next, and then Aluk, All That Glitters, V, and then you would be next. And Roxanne, I think you said you wanted general vibes. I can't find your message right now. Okay. Okay, for Roxanne, general vibes from spirits. We have Judgment in reverse with a Six of Cups in reverse at the back of the deck. And reading is the Emperor in reverse, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Death card in reverse. So I'm really drawn to this Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, you can see from the card there, it's like everything you want. It's abundance, it's happiness, health, money, family, dogs if you're into that, whatever. Pentacle handbags and drums. Pearls dripping from the ceiling, whatever they're doing with the decor up there. And so there's something in particular, some kind of behavior, and you would know what this is, Roxanne, where you would be able to identify it because of the vibe of how it feels in your body. And it's something where like you're pushing, you're grasping. It's you're a reader, so So the Emperor in reverse, it's like being controlling, trying to control outcomes, maybe manipulation a bit, like over strategizing in a way that just it feels like scarcity mindset, I guess, is would be the closest thing I could say to match the vibe. There's some area in your life where you're in that mindset or in that state, and spirit just coming through to let you know, like, it's okay. Number one, it's okay for you to be in that state in some part of your life because all of us are. Nobody's perfect, and we teach what we need to learn. So, first, don't beat yourself up about that. And second, it's not true that things will never change. You are going to get to everything that you want in every area. It is going to come through for you. And with the judgment card reverse, it's like it's not over yet. Like the fat lady hasn't sung. Is that the expression? Um, your time in the sun is coming. So I think this message is just coming through as encouragement for you to keep doing what you're doing. And also, if you can find that place within yourself that feels like a clenched fist or something that you're like grasping, holding too tight, just release the grip a little bit and trust that all will be well. Thanks for coming by, Roxanne. So always a pleasure to see you. Okay, next we have Luke. Where is the relationship with my boyfriend headed? It's very rocky. I love him, but don't get that feeling back. So I'm heartbroken. I'm female, by the way. Okay. You probably noticed that I'm trying to keep all my pronouns neutral unless someone tells me. So, okay. So Luke's relationship with her boyfriend. Where is it headed? Anything you want her to know? Okay, we have King of Wands in the reverse in the back here. And then Queen of Cups in reverse, Five of Wands, and Page of Wands. Where is it headed? Well, what I'm getting more is like more information about where it is right now. And I think the reason that's coming through is because there's an opportunity for this to shift if you want to shift it, which by the way is like one of the great things about tarot readings, because this is the energy of today. And so if you don't want this energy to continue and, progress to its likely conclusion, then you can shift what's happening now. And so what's happening now is this person seeing you in the Queen of Cups in reverse energy, which Queen of Cups, when they're upright, is nurturing. I mean, great girlfriend, just somebody who very connected, open-hearted, and you can see from the card here. So when Queen of Cups is reversed, this is like smothering. This is like, 15 texts a day asking, how are you? And, the dreaded, do we need to talk? Or how are you feeling about me? Conversations, that people write memes about. But the thing is, like, I have to say, like, this is this person's perspective. And so with the right person, it would be just the right amount, but I digress. So this person with the Five of Wands connected to that, they're feeling defensive and like the need to, I think, fight you off a bit, like the level of emotional connection perhaps that you want is not what they want with the King of Wands in reverse. And they're feeling overwhelmed, like it's just too much, like they need some space. Page of Wands in reverse is impulsivity. It's like fight, flight, or freeze. It's that get me out of here feeling. And for them, that's coming from, I think, what they're interpreting as like you wanting more emotional closeness either than they want or are prepared to give or something along those lines. So where is it headed? It's rocky and you don't get the feeling back. So okay. Yeah, I would say with King of Wands in reverse, I mean, so here's the thing with this person. From what I'm getting from this 3 card reading, which obviously is a very short, small snapshot, um, they don't really have on offer what you're looking for. They don't have the same emotional range that you do. So it's like you're doing what you need to what you know to do to try to create a positive relationship. And it's just like a different language to them. It's not landing. They speak a totally different language or love language even. You could think of it that way. And because of that, I mean, it leaves you with a few choices. Like you either both have to adjust and learn each other's language a little bit, which means you both have to be willing to do that. So you would have to be willing to be just more impulsive, more like focus on just lighthearted fun and let's go wherever the wind blows us today and think about nothing else and just laugh our heads off, which, hey, that's a great energy. Nothing wrong with that. But you'd have to join them more in that, like as part of like the dominant part of your relationship, and he would have to come closer to you in like the emotional and open-hearted ways. And what I'm seeing right now is that he's not willing to do that. So your choice, if nothing changes, is either to go fully to his side or kind of hold a boundary and say like I'm willing to give a little, but you have to meet me halfway also. I'm not the only person that needs to shift. So there's something like that going on here. I wish you luck with this. I can see that there's like a lot of attraction and connection here. So it's not like that's the problem. It's just again the different languages. It's cups versus wands, fire versus water. Okay, so let me update the list. We have, yeah, Roxanne, you just missed your reading. Ah, bummer. Oh, I'm glad it resonates, Aluk. Good luck, seriously. I know that's not fun, and I can totally see how that'd be a heartbreaking situation. So we have all that glitters. Then we have V. Then we have Mia. And then we would have just Aylin. And Fiona would be after that. Oh, thanks so much for the PayPal, Roxanne. I appreciate it. I wish I had a bell to ring or something every time I got a donation. That'd be cool. Okay. Okay, so all that glitters. Let's see. Oh, all that glitters had to pop out. Oh, interesting. So all that glitters has a question for society. How to encourage patience in communication and slow thinking. Wow. How to encourage patience in communication and slow thinking. How to encourage patience in communication and slow thinking for society as a whole. So lovers in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So, how to encourage patience and communication and slow thinking? Well, first of all, notice the disharmony it creates to be impatient and just flying off the handle. To acknowledge with the Queen of Cups in reverse that sometimes emotionality or reactivity that we have, when we get that rush of feeling, it can feel like, oh, I'm right because I'm triggered. But no, actually, you're just triggered. So there needs to be some knowledge that comes in for humanity where they understand like, oh, this actually creates a big problem, and every time I react I contribute. So it needs to start with me to communicate slowly and with patience, and then actually put it into practice with the Knight of Pentacles, one step at a time. Like, what are the actual choices and decisions I would make to be able to go that way? And with Three Pentacles in reverse, I'm just getting, don't make it anybody else's task. It's your job only. Let me just see if I'm getting anything else on that. What's really standing out to me is these two at the bottom of the deck. We have the Star and the Lovers in the reverse. It's like, without acknowledging the damage and that no healing can happen if this continues, there will be no change. Like, you have to acknowledge the pain, right? So that's step one, is acknowledging the damage. So thank you for that question, All That Glitters. That's an interesting one. Okay, so next we have V. Should I go to Milwaukee with S? And hey, Ratuha, am I saying that right? I think if you want to join the list, you'll be the last one. So we'll finish these up. So, okay, so V, should I go to Milwaukee with S? Nah. First out, we've got 10 of Cups in the reverse and 5 of Swords. What's coming out immediately is sometimes the answer's in the question. The Magician, Knight of Cups in the reverse, with the Empress in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. I think this is, I mean, it's not telling you no. It's saying there could be some good friendship opportunities, but the deep happiness and connection that you're looking for isn't on offer. Romance isn't on offer. It's going to be kind of all this person's way. So I don't know. I'm almost getting the vibe of like, I don't know if you're driving there. This almost gives me the vibe of like two people, like let's say V and S live in Chicago, and S is like, hey V, I'm going to Milwaukee next Saturday. I'm going to do this, this, and this. You want to come along? It'll be fun. And so V's thinking, I don't know, do I want to do that? I actually kind of like S. I've had a crush on them for a while, or I'm interested in them, but I'm not sure how it would be. The vibe is, it seems like kind of a big step to like go to Milwaukee for the day. I'm just totally making this story up, so we'll see if it resonates with V. But and so then you go and it's like it's fun enough, but it's also kind of, it's just a little awkward at moments because it's like it's more than your relationship is at that point already. It's like you skip a couple steps or something. And this person pretty much is like, well, I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. Like, I'm the one that was driving here. I'm the one that had the plan for Milwaukee. So you can come along and we can do all my things. So it's not like super collaborative or partnership-y, even if it's a friend, but it will expand your friendship. So if you're looking for some kind of romantic connection or for something to bloom between you in Milwaukee, it doesn't look like that's on offer. But if you want to invest in the friendship, then yeah, you could have fun. So I think that's your reading, V. Let us know what happens. Thank you so much, Roxanne. Okay, next we have Mia. Mia, are you here? You want to put your question in the chat? And just Aylin, feel free to put your question in also. I don't know if Mia has one ready. Okay, we'll start with just Aylin. Mia, if you're still around, feel free to put your question. And then we'll get Fiona and Ratuha, and we'll finish up with that. Okay. No contact with Cancer. Energy towards reconciling. Okay. I just had about 6 cards spit out. Here we go. Chariot. So that's a Cancer card, maybe just to confirm to you that this is your reading. Lovers in the reverse and the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Bottom of the deck is 2 of Swords reversed with 6 of Swords. I would say at this point, this person sees and acknowledges obviously the disharmony between you and is in acceptance of it. So at least at this moment, I think they feel like the split is for the best and they're trying to find their way forward. That's the energy of today. Bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Swords reversed with 6 of Swords and Knight of Wands reversed. I don't see anything that indicates right this second that they want to reconcile. There's something about this Chariot card for me that is very forward moving, forward looking. So I think at this moment, the energy, I would say, is not open to reconciling. I'm getting that there's a lot of care for you, though. It's not, I mean, this person, I think, would be open to talking to you for a specific reason, you know. But considering getting the relationship back together, no, I don't see that in the cards right now. Sorry, just Aylin. Might not have been the answer you were hoping for. And I wish you luck with that situation. It's never fun to go through heartbreak like that. You're welcome. Okay, Fiona. Fiona, if you're there, feel free to ask your question. And Ratuha, feel free to put yours in the chat as well. Okay, so the Pisces on Fiona's mind. How do they feel about Fiona? So Fiona's Pisces, how do they feel about her? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Pentacles with the 3 of Swords in the reverse. It's interesting. A lot of these with this question today, like how do they feel? And we don't get any feelings cards. This person's recovering from some kind of major heartbreak and feels like they can't create anything real right now. So that's very much impacting the way they see you. With the Page of Pentacles, they still want to connect with you. They're interested. They want to reach out. But with the Temperance in reverse and King of Wands in reverse, it's going to be really wobbly. It's going to be unbalanced. And this person's aware of this. They know that they're not in the ideal state to be coming your way. But also with this Page of Pentacles, like the vibe I'm getting is they don't want to miss this opportunity with you. So I don't think their heart space is open enough for them to know what's in it right this second. If I dig towards the bottom of the deck, I eventually come to the Page of Cups, which is great. That's like, to me, Page of Cups is like crush energy, interest, that spark you feel when you meet somebody new. So I do think that's in there somewhere, but this person has a lot of layers. And this is like the spread for somebody that got divorced 3 months ago, but I'm also not getting the vibe that that's this person. I mean, you know your situation. Maybe they did have a recent heartbreak, but I almost feel like this is old heartbreak. They haven't quite healed and didn't notice was this bad until you came around, and they're like, "Oh, I'm interested in this, and now I've got all this junk to clear out." Is kind of the vibe. So they're interested in you. You're going to hear from them, and yeah, but the heart space isn't open yet. Okay. And hi, Monty, and maybe me. I don't think I have space for any more. I'm on my last one right now, which is Ratuha. Go ahead and post your question. You're welcome, Fiona. So just waiting for Ratuha's question. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. It's so fun to connect with so many different kinds of people on here and answer your questions. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. And I hope I see you around the comment section of some of my other videos. I'll give Ratuha about 1 more minute. And if not, we'll log off here. You're welcome, maybe me. Sorry to miss you too, but next time. Yeah, isn't that cool? Stand would be a strong word. This is actually just my Rumi Oracle deck to keep the cards from like sliding off. And then this, a good friend of mine got for me to hold some of my tarot cards. It's like it's a box with an elephant carved into it. All right, I don't think we have Ratuha, so thanks everybody for coming, and see you around the halls. Bye-bye.